So now let's look at some shapes of complex ions. The idea, and I mentioned this earlier, is that the type of ligand and the number of ligands can determine the shape of a complex ion. That would also determine how many bonds the central metal ion makes. If you make 6 bonds, you have a certain shape. You can make 4 bonds, you have a certain shape. You can have 2 bonds and you have a certain shape. The most obvious shapes are with 6 and 2. We've already seen those. So those stuff are easy. And for these shapes, the same VSEPR theory applies, called Vesper or VSEPR. But they are in the shapes of complexes are limited to only 4. We don't have as many shapes as you might think they are in your normal normal covalent molecules. These only have, because the ligands have an even number of bonds they make. So you can have 6, 4, or like I said, 6, 4, or 2. Now, generally speaking, with what we call 6 and 4, you get the most obvious shapes coming in. With 6 bonds, with the central metal cation makes 6 bonds, you're going to have an octahedral shape of this nature. Central metal, 6 bonds. If it makes 4 bonds, you would think, well, it's tetrahedral. We study tetrahedral, and that is a shape possible, yes. But there are 2 more shapes possible. And one of them is with 2 bonds right here. This is the linear, like ammonia with 2 ammonia, with silver with 2 ammonias. But this is a shape that is very popular with certain transition metals. In this case, also the central metal cation is making 4 bonds, just like tetrahedral. 4 bonds here, 4 bonds here. So 6 bonds will only give you one shape, octahedral. So all those 6 H2Os are octahedral. All the ammonia diamine is linear. And certain complex ions with 4 bonds are tetrahedral, and certain are square planar. And yes, you will have to learn which are which. Absolutely, you do have to. But show you some examples. Let's start off with linear. Then I'll take the smallest one first, linear, octahedral, and then these 2 guys, because they are the ones that has a debate about it. Linear, you already seen one example. I will show you 2 more, 2 of the same examples. One of them is with silver 1+ ion and 2 ammonias, and one of them is with copper 1+ ion and 2 chlorides, and then that makes chloro, right? So the one that you have to know for the exam is the silver one, this fellow. You have to know this for the exam. You have to learn it because you already know it from group 17 theory. But the one on the left, they will either give you the shape and ask you to write the name of the shape, or they'll give you the formula. And when you look at the formula, this formula will be Cu with 2 Cls, but the net charge here they'll give you as 1 minus. So there are 2 minuses, but the net charge is 1 minus, therefore this fellow is 1 plus. And since there are only 2 bonds, the only shape a 2 ligands with the central cation make is linear. But the guy on the right, you are supposed to know. This is the same guy I believe you make in Tollens reagent also. And it's the same fellow you make with excess ammonia with silver chloride. And so this is also linear. This is also linear. Bond angles are 180. That stuff is easy. Now, octahedral. So this stuff is, linear. Then we look at octahedral now. So let's show you another octahedral. Well, you've already seen the ones with 6 waters. So that's easy. You already know that. Those are octahedral complexes. But even with 6 ammonias, you can be octahedral. And in your notes, I have given the shape for this molecule, this complex ion. This is chromium 3+ with not 6 waters, but 6 ammonias bonded to it. The shape is the same. It's going to be what? Octahedral. The difference is instead of 6 waters, you have 6 ammonias. And this is the shape I've given it. I'm in 2 separate diagrams. Here's the 6 bonds. Each ammonia is a lone pair. This is the octahedral. For the exam, here is the arrows drawn only because you're showing the dative bond formation. And this is the square plane. And of the 4 bonds in the square plane, and 1 from above, 1 from below. Either or is the way you can draw it. I just wanted to give you as many examples of this as possible. You already seen other examples. You already seen the octahedral complex of copper H2O 6 times. That's one other example we've seen. And I'll show that to you right now also. This is one example of complex ion octahedral. Another octahedral is CuH2O 6 times. We've seen that already. But I do want to show that to you again. It's in the notes. And because I have it in the notes, why don't I show you the actual shape? It's fun. And so this is the way you'd probably draw it for the exam. Literally like this. You got copper in the middle and the octahedral complexes with the O's. If you notice, sometimes you have to write the water ulta just to make sure it bonds with the O and has a 2+ charge. One other example for this fellow is the cyanide ion. Even that makes octahedral complexes. So water does, ammonia does in some of these, not with silver, but in the case with copper. In the case of copper, or also in the other case of chromium. And water is mainly always 6, and unless they give you a different formula, then you know it's not 6. Like silver is H2O twice. So silver's shapes are mainly linear. But the rest of them, when you have 6 waters or 6 ammonias, or now 6 cyanides, which is Fe, with 6 CNs. So Fe, let me just write that again. Fe with Cn 6 times, and this ion is iron. Let's say I'm going to give you the iron 3+ ion. So the net charge is 3- because there are 3 pluses and 6 minuses. And this shape is also octahedral. And let me show that to you from your notes. Also, it's also in the slides. I think if you have, right here. This is Fe with 6 bonds. I can make it even larger. Yeah. So this is also octahedral. So octahedral is a very common shape. You'll ask to draw this. Your notes have more examples. You can take a look at them with 6 ammonias, 6 waters. Sometimes even I mentioned, remember earlier, copper with 4 ammonias and 2 waters. Let me show that to you. That's also octahedral because it has 6 ligands. And so let me show that to you. I'm just pasting that here. That is an octahedral complex, in which case you have, instead of 6 waters, you have 2 waters and 4 ammonias. It's still octahedral, but only 2 of them are water and 4 of them ligands are ammonia. You total 6 ligands, it's still octahedral, 2+ charge because they're all neutral, but this is an octahedral complex. Different obviously from copper H2O 6 times, or copper ammonia 6 times, because that also exists, by the way. You can also have copper with 6 ammonias when you don't have any water. All right?